I was thinking to myself, like, oh, these fucking cheap imitations. Because, I mean, not so much in the online and things like that, but it adds to it. But the representation, all of it, but that people would do that in real life is just probably the most awful thing that I can think of that you could ever do to someone. Truly, for me at least, having felt like I missed out on so much already, you know, choosing someone over me, like, to be with instead of, like, what difference does it make now? You know, like, you already experienced all that with people. Like, it's just fucking awful that anyone would do that. Made me feel like a ghost in my own life. And all for what? You know, like, I never needed space from someone. I didn't need space or time to do this. Could have done that with someone been in my life. It would have been 10 times better. I didn't need to be alone. I'd already been single for a long time. Like, I just never had any of these issues. I didn't need to be alone to show myself that I can be alone. I already knew I could be alone. I like to be alone. Like, none of it was necessary. And it's just really, really sad to me that so much time was wasted over nothing, literally, and for, like, just some random bitch, you know, who clearly doesn't even matter that much if you end up divorcing them and not being with them, or waste all the time on someone you should have been with who you're making miserable because you're with that person. So all these fucking cheap imitations and interference and all of it, it's just so sad and depressing to me. Didn't just stop. It wasn't just one time. You didn't just take one thing away. Like I said, like, these things have repercussions and might affect whether or not I'm able to even get married or have a family someday. You know, you take up this much time, and, like, you know, I've not frozen my eggs. Can't afford that. Like, you just fucking need to get the hell out of my life and stop thinking anything. Stop thinking that you have a say. Stop thinking that you have a place here, because you don't. Not in my life. So when I was thinking about these cheap imitations, twice it came up. The next video on Shuffle came up as Marie Antoinette. I don't know if it's implying that on a very literal level she's acting out, she's the imitation of Marie Antoinette, or if it's saying, like, Marie Antoinette that we're aware of in history wasn't actually the real Marie Antoinette, a fake, a double, to keep the real bloodline or something safe. The Rose line or something, you know, just, which reminds me, I'm not looking for a holy grail. I am the holy grail, so I'm just jokingly saying that, but, like, yeah, I'm not looking for some other girl. I don't, I'm so fucking sick of, like, being honest and explaining myself, and then people being like, nope, that's not what she mean, and just fuck off. You don't get a say. Obviously, telling the truth. Why the fuck would I lie and try to bring in something I don't want? Have enough of that shit. All I want is a man, and I just fell for Danny so hard because I know I'm really picky. I say I'm not that picky. I am, and I'm not. Picky about weird things. like some guys, like, really bite their nails down to the, like, or almost like the skin is almost like going over the nail bed. Like, it really grosses me out. Like, stop biting your nails. Just It's not attractive. Like, I don't even want them to touch me because I'm like, you're just gonna be touching the like stubs of your fingers. It's weird to me. Turn-offs, you know, that whatever. You can get past some things and really like someone for someone who they are and all that. So that's possible too. But in general, like, what I am interested in is like white guys. I'm attracted to a few people of other races over the years, but it's just not something you can really change. Also not attracted to a lot of white guys. All the little things. I think it's just like a certain facial structure or something that appeals to you physically, and then goes from there, Doesn't really have to do with any categorization, but typically, and I've only actually dated white guys, but typically what I'm interested in. Where's I going with that? That's what I mean. Like, just ask me what I like, what I want. I've said it 1,000 times. Help. Why do you need it to be clearer? Don't give me something I don't want. Don't give me someone I don't want. But with him, it's always like, I feel like to be really attracted to someone, not just be like, yeah, they're cute. It's that X factor or something. And he just had like 10 of them. I don't know. Because I knew that it was crazy to have feelings for him and like fall for him as much as I did. And logically didn't know why. Because I'm like, I know I had not spent time with him. I don't actually know that much about him personally or, anything. It's just this, just one of those things, There's obviously great things I could list about him and that are more, I don't know, maybe superficial or just not as deep and personal. Like his arms. I like his eyes. I like his smile. And I like the vibe that he gave off and the down-to-earthness that he seemed to have and the humbleness he seemed to have, although I'm questioning that. And there's just something behind his eyes, something about him that just, I wanted to know more. And that's all aside from there just being chemistry and like all that. He just fit. It wasn't out of convenience, although it would have been convenient. It wasn't anything like, I like him because I'm here, I'm stuck here. Like, it's just something I could never put my finger on exactly. It's like that song, Dark Paradise. I mean, is it that one? Or is something else like, I love you, I don't know why. I always thought there should be, like, you should be able to list 1,000 reasons why he loves it. And, like, I have dark, deep feelings for him or something, but, I don't know, he just really threw me for a loop. And it was, like, unexplainable. Maybe, like, past life karma or something. Maybe you recognize someone from a past life and you subconsciously know more about them than you think, and I don't know. you just feel like you know that you would like get on well or something. But usually usually I'm pretty right about that. At least when you meet someone in real life, it's kind of hard to tell. Online, you don't have direct face-to-face interaction with someone, but like, you know, to get a feel for their vibe. And all that can be so easily manipulated and faked, like in a video or all that. You know, I would never say that I actually know any of the people that are in my playlist, you know. Like on a personal level or anything. So all of these things that I've talked about, my experiences, or from my perspective, I was never trying to put anything on him like people did to me, like he's this way, he's that way. I'm like, this is just how he made me feel. These are my feelings for him or about that night or the things that I thought were great about him and things like, you know. Same with anything that I did here. Not trying to say that it's the end all and be all or that's who that person is or whatever, you know, that's why it's an opinion. Which I'm happy to engage with and with people, you know, discussion, conversation, all that. Regardless of whether your opinion is of me or about what we're talking about, whether we agree or not, or nice or not, but like at least it's a real discussion, you know, in person, and that's how you gauge things. That's how you like get a feel for someone and where they're coming from and they're about. Obviously, I feel like I'm explaining this to like nursery schoolers or something because I'm like, isn't this obvious? Like, why would anyone think that they know me or like? So nothing adds up, you know? Like, why would people think that I care about them? I've never met them. Why would people think that they know me? They never met me. They don't know anything, facts about me. They've probably only taken in lies from people that did not have my best interest in mind and who were lying themselves about me for their own agenda. Who fuck knows? I don't know. But yeah, I mean, I never said like, I mean, maybe it's come off that way, but like, that I just don't care about people. Like, I don't care what you want for me. I don't care what you want to do with your life. I don't care what you do. I don't care as long as it doesn't affect me. Like, I don't care what your opinion is as long as it's accurate or reflecting accurate circumstances and facts. I don't care what or who you date as long as it doesn't interfere with my life. I don't care about being some martyr or savior to people. I'm not your mom, I'm not your savior, I'm not any of that. No, I don't care to take on your problems. I don't care to do these things in my own life, obviously. And whatever else you made up in your head about who I should be or what someone like me should be willing to do, I don't know. But you made that up and you projected that onto me and you didn't even ask. So, or care. You just decided that I'm just a robot here to do a duty for you that doesn't need anything but something to plug into, I guess, and do free work for you, and just doesn't matter what cost to me or I'm unhappy or if it detracts from my life or anything, as long as you're happy. Do you really think that you're someone I would want to be friends with or give anything up for if that's your attitude? And I like that Danny's responsible and structured it has an artistic side to him. And I don't think he, I mean, I don't know, but didn't seem like he had taken a lot of time to explore and develop. That's something he'd be interested in doing. You know, like, I'm trying so hard not to make assumptions about people, but just like, oh yeah, I saw a mural he painted. I was amazed by how he was able to do that. And I think someone like him who seems to be good at details and things like that, and have a little bit of an artistic side from what I could tell, and be really good at certain things, might be interested in certain things. You know, these are just maybe, you know, like, I could see that, and if that's true, then that's cool. You know, if not, that's also cool. I don't know, but you'd have to talk to someone to know that, you know, like, I'm not trying to get ahead of myself, but at the same time, I just was wanting to understand why I felt that way, because it never happened before that I felt that quickly for someone, or right away, or have that sort of like love at first sight kind of thing. Well, like, that doesn't happen. And then it happened. So what I wanted was to spend time with him. And instead, some blah chick got to do that for years. And all this time wasted while I was alone and miserable, and they're just making memories and being happy, and same for anyone else too. And I'm just like, why did I have to be dragged through them? All I was trying to do was my art. Like, why did you decide that I needed to be some sort of sacrifice for you? Why did you decide that I should put up with your issues? Why did you decide that I should take on your problems and look out for you? Why did you decide these things that have to do with my life? You don't even know me. And you're not involved in that decision-making process. You don't even give me the facts or information that would help that decision-making process easier, so I could give a fuck. You're not involved. Stay out of my life, I stay out of yours. And I could probably investigate it and find out a lot of things about you you don't want people to know. I show respect. Why don't you? You decided what I said was a performance. You decided that what I felt wasn't real. That I didn't mean what I said, because you just didn't want to hear the truth and the opinion I had about you. Or be responsible, or take accountability or responsibility for anything you might have done. So you decided that it was an act, that I didn't actually feel that way towards you, that I'd actually mean it. But it's like, anyone would actually mean it, because you're a fucking assholes that like tore my life apart and interfered, and of course I fucking hate you. You give me no fucking reason not to. Not even just like neutral on you, like giving me a million reasons to hate you. And all I'm asking is that you be respectful and leave me alone. Realize that I don't work for you. And that this, whatever I do, put up, make, behind the scenes or not, or whatever I do in my life, personal life, decisions, daily routine, none of it has to do with you. None of it. It's not for you, it's not about you, it's not revolving around you, it's not for your benefit, it's not to help you, it's not to convey a message to you, it's not anything but what it is. And that could be a million things. Could be completed art playlists, could be just something that I'm exploring, experimenting with, could just be a reminder to myself, videos I wanted to use later, it could be a story I just wanted to talk about myself, because the main point here. When you've had so much time stolen and no one experienced things with, and time just flies by, and every day is the same, and you, on top of that, want to track your progress and your process, art thinking, concepts, experiences, so you remember your life a little bit and don't feel like it was going to total waste, that actually something actually did happen, even if it was just me making a video that day happened,